All right, so we're diving deep today, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And we're tackling a topic that's close to my heart: how to make sure every student, every single one, has access to the support they need to really thrive.
Absolutely crucial. Couldn't agree more.
We all know school's about academics, right?
Yeah.
But it's so much more than that.
Oh, for sure.
It's about mental health, social and emotional well-being, all of it. And you sent me some research that's got me thinking
Yeah.
about how these support services, like mental health resources, social emotional learning programs, academic assistance, even just having enough school counselors,
Yeah.
they're not always a given for every student.
Right. Right. And that's a problem, a big one.
Huge. Because what I'm seeing in this research, it's almost like
Like what?
these services can make or break a student's entire journey. I mean, literally. One study I saw, it found that, well, it's pretty stark. Schools in lower income areas, they often have way fewer counselors and psychologists per student. Way fewer
Mm-hmm.
compared to wealthier districts.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that too. It's a real disparity. And it makes a huge difference.
Makes you wonder, how can we even talk about equal opportunities for all students when the support systems are so uneven?
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head there.
And that's where this idea of a seamless web of support comes in. Now, I got to admit, when I first saw that phrase in the research, I was like, what does that even look like in reality? Can you paint a picture for me? Imagine a student maybe dealing with anxiety, walking to a school that has this seamless web. What happens?
Okay. I see what you mean. So picture this. This student, right. Maybe they confide in a teacher, someone they trust. That teacher, boom, connects them with a school counselor. No waiting, no hassle.
Okay, that's a good start.
It is. Now, the counselor, they don't just work in isolation. They talk to the students' teachers, maybe adjust workloads, assignments, things like that. And they might even loop in the family, offer resources, strategies for support at home.
So everyone's on the same page, working together. It's not just the counselor's job, it's a whole team effort.
Exactly. And that's what makes it seamless. It's integrated. The student feels supported from all angles.
Makes sense. And speaking of support, I know you're big on social emotional learning programs.
Huge fan.
For our listeners who might not be familiar, can you give us the quick rundown? What are they all about?
They're all about giving kids the tools to handle life's curveballs. Learning to manage their emotions, build healthy relationships, make responsible decisions, all that good stuff.
The stuff they don't always teach you in a textbook.
Exactly. But here's the thing. It's not just about dealing with problems when they pop up. It's about preventing them in the first place.
Interesting. So you're saying these programs, they're not just a Band-Aid, they're like
building a strong foundation.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it fits perfectly into this seamless web idea.
It's a crucial thread in that web, for sure.
Okay, so we've got our web, we've got our threads.
Mm-hmm.
But what about those times when a student needs more targeted help? I mean, we've all heard horror stories about referral processes that are like navigating a labyrinth. Paperwork, waiting lists, confusion. Have you seen that kind of thing in your work?
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell you, it's heartbreaking. For the student, it can be so discouraging. Imagine you're already struggling, feeling lost, and then you have to jump through hoops just to get help.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
Exactly. That's why streamlining the process is key. Make those referral forms easy to understand, readily available, maybe even have a dedicated referral coordinator, someone who can walk students and families through it all.
Like a concierge for support services. I like it.
And don't underestimate the power of technology. Online referral systems, they can be game changers.
Makes things smoother for everyone, I bet.
Much smoother.
So we're making referrals easier, but we also have to make sure the support itself is relevant. And one size doesn't fit all, right? Different students, different needs.
Right.
How do we make sure everyone's getting the support that actually works for them?
That's where tailoring comes in. We've got to be flexible, adaptable. For English language learners, language support is crucial. For students from different cultural backgrounds, counseling services need to be culturally sensitive, respectful of their beliefs.
Right. Makes sense.
And for students with disabilities, think accommodations like assistive technology or modified assignments. It's about recognizing that every student's journey is unique.
It's a lot to juggle. It's like
a giant puzzle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the research really hammers home this point. Collaboration is key. It takes a village, right? Families, community organizations, everyone working together.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Schools can't do it alone. We need parents, community partners, mental health professionals, all hands on deck.
Like an orchestra, everyone playing their part to create a beautiful symphony of support.
I love that analogy.
So let's bring it all together. Support services, they're not just extras, they're essentials. Every student deserves access, plain and simple. We've got to level the playing field, make those referrals smooth, and tailor the support to fit individual needs. And above all, we've got to work together. Collaboration is the magic ingredient.
You got it. Couldn't agree more.
And as our listeners continue to think about all this, here's a question to chew on. Imagine you had the power to design the perfect support system for students in your community. What would be your top priority? What would you change? What role could you play in making that vision a reality?
That's a great question to leave everyone with.
I think so too. Lots to ponder. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.
Thanks for having me.